Hey everyone, Durkin here, coming at you with my first Anthem video. Sorry there's no cool VIP demo footage to go with this video. I actually wasn't planning on filming my first video until after the public demo, so I didn't have the forethought to record throughout the VIP demo weekend. But I just wanted to make a quick video now because I've been watching a lot of reaction and first impression videos since the VIP demo dropped over the weekend, and people have been pretty critical of it, and I actually agree with most of it. For example, lots of people have been saying, oh, it's not a demo, it's more of a beta or even an alpha. And it definitely wasn't an alpha, but should it have been advertised as a demo? No, definitely not. It was more of a beta than many betas that I've played in the past couple of years. And a lot of people have been talking about, a lot of the networking issues. That there were some really debilitating bugs in the VIP demo. Getting stuck at 95% load screens and having to completely shut down the game and restarted it. Terrible. Rubber banding, probably my number one pet peeve when it comes to online game bugs. And the not being able to log in at all, like that for something we paid for, like that really sucks. Like that's not okay. However, all of these things, they're all networking issues. They're all things that can be easily fixed. And I feel that BioWare and EA actually addressed them really well throughout the VIP demo weekend. And I want to talk about that a little bit more later on in the video. But first, I want to get to some of the more gameplay-related complaints that I had heard. Like, one I've been seeing a lot is how the gunplay feels really generic. And in some places it does. It does. It doesn't feel good like the way Destiny feels good when you shoot something. Like, it's a third-person shooter that automatically takes you away a little bit, but like the enemies sometimes don't react the way you'd want them to react when they get shot. Sometimes even the sound feedback from the guns could probably be improved, but I feel that from the get-go, it was pretty open that gunplay is not BioWare's strong suit, that they were going to be leaning more heavily on the RPG elements so that they could kind of negate that weakness. They wanted to make a shooter, because, they made Mass Effect. Mass Effect was great, but they were pretty upfront that, hey, gunplay is not the best thing in the world for us. And so I really think that rather than grading the game on the gunplay, the game should be graded on how well the other systems support the weakest function, right? And that comes down to the abilities, right? For the most part, cooldowns are fast in this game, like much faster than, for example, Destiny. My Ranger was rocket barraging and grenading everything in sight. My Storm was basically a floating airstrike, just raining fire on everything. And my Colossus was every couple minutes literally firing mini nukes at enemies, and it felt great. You add in the flight, you add in the movement, and yes, the gunplay can fall a little flat sometimes, but when you add in all of the other elements of combat, it is a really good feel. It's a really good system. So I feel judging it on the gunplay alone is a little unfair. And I think as a package, it's a fantastic game. I think that it's really got a shot at doing really well. The other gameplay-related complaint that I've been seeing a lot about is how people say the story seems like it's taken a back seat. That people feel like the story is dead, or the story is going to be overshadowed or overlooked in the game. I feel like they're kind of basing that on absolutely nothing concrete or reliable. In the demo, they had about 45 minutes of story content when you include kind of the gameplay from the missions. And that's not enough time to show how a story is going to be, how good a story can be, how deep it could be. What they chose to do was they gave us a little 3-mission arc that taught us a bit about what the types of things in the world we could find. No spoilers, we have to find an artifact, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what it does. So when people are saying, oh, it seems like the story has taken a back seat in the demo, that means it's going to take a back seat in the main game. This is a gameplay demo. They want to focus on what you're going to be doing for hours and hours and hours. And the story, as cool as it may or may not be, it's not going to be what keeps you playing at endgame. There's going to be repetitive stuff, and so they want to show off that loop. And I think they did a great job of that. I think that judging the quality of the story based off of just that, just the demo, that is a little short-sighted and kind of naysay-ish just for the sake of putting the game down. Like, I know EA is publishing this. That puts us all on edge. But I think that, we should have a little faith here in BioWare and not judge the story until the game comes out. But back to the technical issues that it was having. There were, as I said, a lot of technical issues. Some people couldn't play all weekend. And again, we paid for this demo. The VIP demo was a pre-order Legion of Dawn exclusive, or for Origin Access / EA Access subscribers. So we paid extra to be able to be in this demo, and some of us couldn't play. That is not okay. But, and here's the big but, BioWare, communicated openly about it. They had a dev diary on Saturday, a dev diary on Sunday, and a summary of everything on today as well. And they talked about everything. They owned up to things like, hey, yeah, we didn't see this coming. This didn't happen in internal testing. Like, we messed up some places. And they really, listened. They really communicated. And that is something that is really hard to come by nowadays. And I think that speaks a lot for the support that's going to be going into this game. And not only that, B, they made amends twice. Halfway through the demo, they announced that VIP demo players are going to get a second exclusive vinyl. Originally, we were going to get one, and now we're getting two because of the issues with the VIP demo. And for those of you who aren't aware, a vinyl is kind of like a sticker or like a wrap that you'd put on your car. It's something to go over the normal shading of your Javelin to give it like a cool decal. And near the end of the demo, since people were still having issues, normally in the demo, both the VIP demo and the open demo coming on Friday, you can play two Javelins, both a Ranger, and then you get to unlock one other. And VIP demo players now are going to have all four unlocked for the open demo coming on Friday. So we all get to try every single one of them before the game releases. And I think that's really cool of them. Like, I feel like that's excellent customer service for any company, nonetheless EA. And I think that really puts a positive spin on, how things will be going into the release of Anthem. And also on top of that, side note, they are adding the launch bay at launch, which is a social hub like Destiny has or like Warframe has, simply because people asked for it in the alpha. So they're actually implementing things based on feedback, and they're holding open dialogue. And so, yes, there were really terrible and sucky networking issues, things that were really debilitating, but they kept in communication and they made up for it as best they could. I think that's awesome. I think that we should take the positives away from this rather than focus on the negatives here. And I just want to state a reminder again that these are all common and fixable issues in a short period of time. And that's not to say that new issues aren't going to arise this week when the open demo launches, and that other new issues won't arise on launch week. They're going to. That's just how these things work. It's wholly expected in this type of situation, and no one has really been immune to it. So I think as long as they keep this communication and keep this situation of trying their best to make it up to us, that there's good things coming for this game. Bonus. I've seen a couple things on like Reddit and stuff saying, oh, PC was an afterthought. Once again, PC gets the shaft. I disagree. I played on Xbox One and on PC, and I'm buying it on PC. The frame rates are just better. The visuals are just better. I had no real issues on the PC outside of the connection issues. And a lot of the complaints that I saw were about the keyboard and mouse controls, particularly when flying. And that's actually really valid. The controls with keyboard and mouse are not amazing. When you're flying, you actually feel kind of sluggish and unresponsive. I felt a little bit more like I was piloting a 747 rather than an F-18 with my keyboard and mouse. But there is an easy fix for this. And I know it's a bit of a blasphemous solution to some, but if you have one, plug in a controller. Like, I'm serious. The controller controls are super tight and just feel great, even on PC. Just give it a try before you knock it. So, were there some pretty glaring issues with the VIP demo? Yes, but none of them are insurmountable before launch. And yes, there will still be issues at launch. That's how these things go. The gunplay is unlikely to change, but if that's a game breaker for you, try the Storm during the public demo. They rarely use their guns, and they're also super fun. But at the same time, then with that one, the game's not for everybody. But that's not to say that a lot of these flaws aren't real or that they should be ignored. It's important to take stock of everything when considering a big purchase like this. But as just an average Joe that I am playing a video game, I had a lot more fun over the past weekend playing Anthem than I have in a long time playing video games. And I think if you give it a shot this weekend, you will too. And please, everyone, let's just stop judging the story before we even know what it is. Thanks for watching, everybody, and let me know what you think about the Anthem demos or the Anthem game. Are you as hyped as I am? Are you on the bandwagon that it's going to suck? Let me know in the comments, and God bless.